Good morning, guys. It's Dashia, and of course, she's on purpose. I wanted to talk to you guys because yesterday in my video, I showed you guys some of the affirmations that I have on my mirror. And so I had a couple people ask me, what did I mean by the one that I had where it says only quality people? And it says, what is this relationship's purpose? And I'll tell you why that's there and what I mean by that. And so I have, just in my life growing up, I realized that there are several types of relationships. And I'm not talking about that's not related to just romantic relationships. It's just relationships in your life, period. You have relationships with people at work. You have relationships with your children, relationships with, your personal romantic relationships with friends, relationships with family members. You have to, I think a lot of times we put relationships in these categories, and we have this different set of rules for each category. And what I have learned and what I've grown to learn and grow to believe, and you may believe something different, is that I have a set of, standards, or not so much expectations, but sort of expectations of myself and of people that I'm in relationships with. And so I have just come to a point in my life where I only want to surround myself with quality people. And I'm not talking about people who have money or people who have influence or any of that stuff. That's not what I mean by quality. A person's quality or their worth is not determined by how much money they have or what they could give you, what they could do for you. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, what purpose is that relationship serving in your life? And so you have to have expectations for yourself, because if not, you begin to do a lot of different things that other people do because you're in relationship with them. I'll give you an example. Say you have a friend, and we as Black people especially, we do this because we do that whole day one, she my day one, he my day one, and we ride together. And so what happens sometimes in those relationships, let's say me and you are friends, and I'm also friends with someone else, and we all friends with that same person, and I fall out with that person. Something happens that breaks our relationship. Nothing happened between you and that person or our other friends, and it was our issue. But I come to our little group and I tell you, yeah, I don't mess with her no more. I don't whatever with her no more, and so whatever, and then you begin to not talk to her no more, and you got an issue with her because I have an issue with her, when there is nothing wrong with you guys' relationship. It was something in our relationship, something in whatever the expectations was in our relationship, or whatever happened that broke us. Now you guys are beefing, y'all broken. So if we together and we see her, nobody speaks, nobody, and I'm speaking from experience, it happens. But we do that, right? And that's fine. If people want to do that, that's fine. I just believe that you need to evaluate relationships for yourself. Just because someone else is not in a relation with that person or have a problem with that person doesn't necessarily mean you have to or you should. Because what tends to happen is sometimes people are placed in our lives for a purpose, and that they don't have any business in someone else's life. And so sometimes we will stop and we will block things that's supposed to have a purpose for us because of our friends. And I'm that type of person. Is if I'm your friend and you beefing with somebody, that person ain't did nothing to me, we don't have any, that's your issue. You are not going to determine who I'm friends with, who I talk to, you're not going to determine that for me. If you have a problem with me speaking with that person, then you need to check yourself. And as your friend, I'm going to tell you, you have a problem with them. That has nothing to do with me. Whether I agree with you or whether I agree with them, nothing to do with me. And so as Black people, we will, it's like that mean girl mentality. You can't sit with us. And people could do whatever they want to do. I'm just saying, for me, that doesn't serve my life a purpose. I have no clue what I want to do with my hair today. That doesn't serve a purpose for me, because sometimes you will block something or a person out of your life, or that was sent there to bless you, or you were supposed to bless. Sometimes people are, relationships are not all about what you can get from them, but it's about what you bring to them. Sometimes God place you, or the universe place you in someone's life because you are that person that can help them through something, or you are that person that is needed at that time. And that's just how relationships are. So when I say only quality people, I look at every relationship with the same set of eyes. What is the purpose of this relationship in my life? Am I supposed to get something? Am I supposed to give something? And I try to figure that out quickly. Now I try to figure that out quickly, because before, you just walk around, you have relationships with people. And I'm not talking about just like casual passing relationships to people you just see in passing. I'm talking about relationships where you spend time with this person, you see this person, you know, all of that stuff. I don't know if I want to wear my hair in a ponytail today. It's so like, that don't look too professional. That look a little, I don't know. And I got a school board meeting, so maybe I don't do this today. But I'm talking about those relationships that are, maybe I'll just wear it down, that are intimate relationships, relationships, not intimate as sexual, but those relationships that you spend time with these people, right? And so I look to see, what is the purpose of this relationship? Am I supposed to get something? Am I supposed to give something? And what is it? And I try to figure that out quickly, because you don't want to spend a lot of time on something or in something that's not serving a purpose for you or for your life. If you notice that you're not growing, that this relationship, either one of you are growing, you or that person, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, we're spending a whole lot of time together, but we're not growing, then you need to evaluate that. You know, in my opinion, you need to evaluate that. It's fine to have just fun with people, and some people you just, you got this your going out buddy. This is your, meditation buddy. This is your, that friend, that person you could talk to, you could go to for advice. You gotta have that. You gotta have, in my opinion, you should have a circle of friends that serve various purposes. You just got to understand what those purposes are, so you don't cross and blur lines when it comes to relationships with people. So so that's what I mean by only quality people. What is this? What is the purpose of this relationship? What is it serving in my life? What am I serving in their life? Because if I don't see that I'm a benefit to you and you're not a benefit to me, and not financially, guys, not in that manner, but just if there is no benefit for either one of us, then, and I'm not saying don't be friends with that person, I'm just saying monitor your time. Your time is your money. There are two things you can't get back in life: time and words. Once it's gone, it's gone. Once those words are out there, they're out there. You can't take them back. You can apologize, you can do whatever, but they're gone. That time is gone. You have to monitor your time. And so if this relationship is not serving you any purpose, don't spend a lot of time on it. I'm hoping this is okay. Don't spend a lot of time on it. Don't put a lot of energy into it, because it's not serving you and you're not serving them. And so that's what I mean by quality relationships. So you're talking about friendships, relationships, that kind of stuff. Also, I just believe you should have a circle of people that includes someone that is where you aspire to be, someone that is like a mentor, someone you could look up to, someone you could get advice from. If you're the smartest person in your circle, or the most motivated person in your circle, you need to find another circle. It's okay to still operate in that circle, but make sure you have another one that's feeding into you, and you're not the only one doing the feeding. You gotta be fed too. And so I believe in having a circle. Like, I have a circle where I am like that positive person. I'm the person that's trying to like You know, when anything happens, I'm looking to see the positive into it. What do we get from this? How do we grow from this? And then in another circle, I'm not the most positive person in that circle. That's my place where I can be like, I need help. Help me to see through this, you know. But because I'm fed in that circle, in that particular circle, I can go to my other circle and feed them. You understand? And so it serves, you know, both of them serve a purpose. In one, I am serving a purpose to help others, but it also helps me because it helps me to see those areas I still need to grow in, you know. And then it also helps me to see and to just give myself on a pat on the back in the areas I have grown in. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for the growth that we have, and a lot of times people won't give you that credit either. So you got to give it to yourself. And so that's what I mean about quality people and the relationships that you're in, you know, dissecting and figuring out what the purpose of those relationships are. And so you just got to be cognizant of that. In my opinion, I am more cognizant than I've ever been. Because I feel like I don't have a lot of time, and there are things that I want to accomplish, and so I need to position myself in a way where I'm not wasting my time, that I'm getting everything I need out of this universe, out of this world, to accomplish the things. That's the only thing about this hair, it's so hot. To accomplish the things I want to accomplish. And so I have to be mindful of who I'm in a circle with, who's around me, what they're feeding me. Because if you with a whole bunch of, if you got 9 negative friends, you're gonna become the 10th one. Just the reality of it. You hang around them enough, you're gonna become the 10th negative friend. You know, if you got 9 positive friends and you the negative Nancy, you know, hang around them enough, you will begin to start seeing things in a little more positive light. You know, and so you gotta know that. So put your energy and your time into those relationships that are serving a purpose, whether you're pouring into them or they're pouring into you. Put your time and energy in those relationships. You can have all the other part-time, pass by, hi, hey, relationships, and you can love people and you all of that stuff, and it, you know, but you don't have to put a lot of energy and time in it. There are people that I love, that I would love to get to know better, because I see something in them that I feel like maybe I could learn from them. But it's when that time comes, if that time comes, then that's what'll happen. But just because I see it doesn't mean it's supposed to be in my life right now, or doesn't mean I'm supposed to be in their life right now. You know, sometimes we got to start looking at ourselves and seeing, are we the toxic person in the relationship? You know, be honest. It's no way we can always be the good one and everybody else is bad. I know there are some relationships that I was the toxic person, that I was the closed off person. I'm a Cancer. I go into my shell. Sometimes I know that I was that person that ruined the relationship. Be honest with yourself. You know, and so when you're looking for these quality people to really spend your time with, make sure that you're a quality person that someone else wants to spend time with. Make sure that you are, just like we want relationships, we want the person in the relationship to bring something to the table. Make sure you're bringing something to the table, or at least bring the damn table if that's the case, you know. And so that's kind of what I mean about quality people in your relationships. This is just my opinion. This is how I live my life now. And don't let anybody tell you, oh, child, now all of a sudden you want to be different, and now all of a sudden you want to be this, and it's not about that. If you are not growing, you are dying. So if you are not different and you're staying the same your whole life, something's wrong. And don't allow anybody to guilt you into wanting to grow, into wanting to be different, into wanting to change. It's not saying that it's something wrong with them. I'm not saying put people down and now all of a sudden you better than everybody. No, you just want something better for your life. And sometimes everybody can't go with you. They can't go with you. They can't grow with you. They can't go to that wherever you're going. And maybe you can't go with them. You know, sometimes you think you're removing yourself for you, and really God is saying, okay, I need you to remove yourself out of this person's life because I got somewhere I'm taking them. And you're not a part of that equation. Start, you know, really looking at yourself. Stop thinking that it's always somebody else. I know that there are some relationships I was in, I couldn't go where that person was going. Not because I'm not good enough, or because I wasn't ready. When they were ready and they were ready to go to the next level, I just wasn't ready. I wasn't there yet. And so there are those things, those people that I see in my life right now. I'm ready to go to a different level. And there are some people that just not. Anybody know me? No, I never had a large circle of friends anyway. I'm kind of a loner. And I don't let people real close. But when I do, you know, people find out like, dang, I don't know of any person that says I'm a bad person. And if they do, I would love to sit with them and figure out why. What did I do to them? How can I correct it? Because, you know, something had to happen to make that person feel that way. I can't just be so naive and so shallow and think that, oh, it's just them, something wrong with them. Something had to happen to make a person feel that way. So I would love the opportunity to figure out what it was. You know, and so we gotta start just being more honest with ourselves when it comes to that. We have to start being more critical of the relationships that we have with people, the time that and the effort that we put into those relationships. You gotta know where you're putting your time, because you can't get that time back. And if you're trying to move somewhere and you're trying to go somewhere in your life, you need quality people that are feeding you to help you get there. Nobody got to where they you know, consider their most successful feat without a mentor, without someone pouring into them, without someone helping. Nobody. We were not put here to be alone or to do it alone. And so don't let nobody try to tell you like, oh, I did this all on my own. Okay. Somebody helped somewhere along the way. Somebody opened the door. Somebody poured something into you. Somebody said a word to you. Somebody gave you some encouragement. Somebody did something. Because that's just the way the universe works. You know, and so that's my little spiel on relationships, quality relationships, making sure that, you know, I monitor my time wisely when it comes to that. Because I'm telling you, there are places that I knew I was been going, and I just mentally, I wasn't ready. I was not ready because I don't feel like I had enough of that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It's great to motivate yourself, but you need people around you pouring into you. And when I got disconnected to my mentor, I noticed that I got disconnected from some things that were coming because I wasn't being prepared fast enough to get there. But that's okay. That's life. I needed to take this route, this detour, and that's what it is. And sometimes you may need to take a detour. Sometimes, you know, people gonna fall off when you take that detour. Be okay with that. Okay? Be okay with that. Know where you're going and go with only quality people. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Thank you for listening. Didn't mean for this video to be so long, but I felt like it was necessary. Please drop me some questions. Tell me what type of content you want to see, what type of things you would like to, you know, like for me to kind of discuss with you guys. I really want to engage with you. I want this to be an engaging process. So I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. And remember, she's on purpose. Have a great day.